Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. On this week's episode, we're joined by Dizon Trigilio, who will tell us all about his improvisational journey. We'll play a couple games and, most importantly, learn how he improv'd his life. Let's hit it. Welcome to Improv for the Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Lee Evans, and today I am joined by the incredibly talented writer, crafter of speeches, eater of Cheetos, the talented driver, Dizon Trigilio. Carl, thank you so much for coming on the show this evening. How are you?
Oh, having a wonderful day. That was a great intro.
It's I always just do that one on the spot, so it's like whatever comes into my head.
You know me so well.
It's a grace-based intro. Do you have a clean driving record?
Ooh, it depends on what you mean by clean.
Okay.
It's clean now. You know how after a certain amount of years, things go away.
And that sounds like a clean driving record to me.
Now, yeah.
It's like Mr. Clean. He was on your driving record.
Can't find anything unless you know where to look, I suppose.
Okay, well, I don't. So there you go. So Carl, before we get into things too much, could you give us a quick introduction about your relationship to, this old place, IFTPA?
IFTPA, yeah, IFTPA. Yeah. So IFTPA came into my life this year. Before IFTP, I'd never done anything related to improv. And so you could say that IFTP is kind of like my mother of improv.
Wow,
it's
mother
giving
improv.
Birth to this journey.
Mother Matthew Moore improv.
That's right. Yeah. No, absolutely. Everything. So this has been quite a year for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's changed a lot of my life and where I want to go and who I want to be. It's been a big part. It's been wild, and it feels like this year has been like a very fulfilled year. Like almost like feels like it's been longer, you know? Yeah. So it's been great.
That's awesome. And when did you join IFTP? February, March, April, May?
Yeah. So this year, February. So It's been 6 months now, I suppose. Mother February. I saw my first IFTP improv show in January. You were a part of that show. So
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well... I saw you, I saw Matthew, all the teachers, Ava, Liam, Jamie. It was a great show. And I didn't quite know what I was watching then, but I loved it so much.
Can I ask, how did you find it? I'm just curious.
Yeah. So I deliberately wanted to do improv. I had a friend who was doing improv, said it was really cool. And I was like, that sounds very performative. And I like performing. So... I did my little Google searching on my typewriter.
Whoa, nice.
And
Spring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I looked at a bunch of different troupes and groups and went on the subreddits to really dig into. I dug into this thing. I was like really comparing. I think I had a spreadsheet at one point.
I love that.
Roundings, UCB.
That's right up my alley.
I just was like, I love Excel. And
me too. I'm a big Excel fan.
Yeah, I got real organized about it. And my goal has always been to find more of a community. So this was the place, I think, that seemed most like that. This seemed like a place where it was very accessible. People can come in and have like there's the famous
once an episode, right?
Yeah. Tangent real quick. When I'm driving on the way to work and I'm listening to these podcasts,
oh gosh,
I do a double take sometimes. Yeah. I'm like, oh wait, no. I'm watching IFTP.
Oh gosh. I never thought about that, but that's a good point. People getting freaked out.
Yeah. So when it actually happens in real life, I'm just like, no.
Yeah. That can't be real. That's a podcast.
Yeah, I'm just listening to the podcast. Anyway, I was talking about, so IFTP seemed like a community. And as soon as I came here, I was like, this is exactly what I read about. This is exactly what I anticipated. So
awesome.
Yeah, it's been great.
That's amazing. It's amazing. Well, I'm excited to dive into that a little more in just a bit. But
please,
before we do, Carl, we've got to play some three things. Woo! All right. So have you played this game before? These are three things.
Yeah, I've never played this game. I
never
just
played this
to
game.
It. Yeah.
Great. So you're familiar with the format.
Yes.
Good to go. So we have three categories handpicked for you. Now, Carl, much to your credit, your digital footprint is, there isn't much of one.
That's right.
I'd say I found a LinkedIn page, and that's it.
I thought that was privatized too.
It
I'm a
was
little
not.
upset. Yeah,
It was not. I
That's
found
kind of
you.
upsetting for me.
Yeah. Now I know you may be on other platforms, but I didn't know how to find you.
Nope.
I couldn't.
Nope.
Well, there's one other platform I found because it's linked on your LinkedIn page, but maybe we'll talk about that later. Fiverr. Which much respect.
Did your research?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right, so let's get into some three things. So 3 categories. You'll name 3 things in each of the categories, and then we'll move on from there.
Yes.
All right, are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
These are 3 things.
3 things.
First category: features that should be in a car that aren't already.
A quiet little horn.
1.
For pedestrians. A place for your chips.
2.
And you also definitely need strobe lights.
3. Very nice, very nice. Next category: tips to write a great speech.
Start with a story.
1.
Be genuine.
2.
Always provide examples.
3. Very nice, very nice. Last category: magic tricks that you can do.
Torn and restored rubber bands.
1.
I remember. I'm totally into this. Rising card.
2.
And the famous any card at any number.
3. These are 3 things. Any card, any number. All right, we'll dig into that in just a moment. All right, so that first category, features that should be in a car that aren't already. Just in my head, I associate you with cars because I know you have to drive a lot.
Lots.
You might hate cars. You might be like, I curse the day the earth had cars introduced to it. I'm not sure.
Wow.
But, you and cars are tied together because car is actually in your name.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's most of my
Yeah, you can't spell Carl without car.
Yeah. It's haunted me. It's followed me, and you're absolutely right. It is an inherent part of my existence now.
Yeah, and I think those features that you requested, I think are really good. Like a smaller tiny horn,
Right.
that could have a lot of potential.
Yeah, because I figure there's the loud horn.
Yeah.
For when you're going to get into an accident.
Yeah.
But there are times where you just want someone to like,
A little something.
hey, it's a green light.
Yeah.
You don't want to be mean about it.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, bud, look up.
Yeah. Beep, beep.
Yeah, you're not getting the like.
Yeah, that's rude.
Yeah, like they got a question wrong on like Jeopardy or something. Yeah, we're not trying to do that. Not all the time.
Yeah. I don't want to traumatize anyone too,
Yeah. I think that's very respectful.
Thank you.
And when you're on the road, you mentioned a holder for your chips. What chips are you eating?
Oh, well, you already know. Cheetos, hot Cheetos.
Cheetos, flaming hot. You you do the with limon or just the regular flaming hot?
I'm not picky about it. I have more favorites than non-favorites. You know what I mean? Like Cheetos are Cheetos at the end of the day.
That's true. Cheetos
I'm
are
not gonna
Cheetos.
leave them about.
Yeah.
They will be eaten.
You're like, I'll handle this.
Yeah, I got it.
Let me get in there.
I'm a vacuum cleaner of chips. And I don't mess with those little, I'm a family-sized chip.
Well, absolutely.
A family guy.
A family can be any size it needs to be.
That's right.
A family guy.
Hot Cheetos plain are just the staple.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But they also came out with these new Carolina Reaper hot Cheetos.
Did they?
And I'm usually very skeptical about like those limited edition ones. Because it's like, this is a gimmick.
Yeah. It's just to sell more Cheetos.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, these are sweeter. They're hotter. They are very shockingly delicious.
That sounds intriguing. I might have to check those out.
Yeah.
Carolina Reaper, flaming hot cheats.
Got to do it.
You get those at the grocery store, just the regular?
Yeah, you find them. They're everywhere.
Okay. I'll keep an eye open. Be wary of this.
That's right.
All right. Strobe lights in the car. Tell me, what's that about?
Well, when you're stuck in traffic, and I don't even like to say stuck in traffic because traffic and I have an okay relationship.
Yeah,
nowadays.
when you participate in traffic.
Yeah, there you go. I love that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
But you don't have a choice.
Yeah, you're there.
You either participate or I don't know.
Yeah, it's not necessarily voluntarily, but it is. Yeah, you are participating
You are there.
in an activity. Yeah. It's a party of sorts.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by other people. There's nothing going on, so you may as well have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
I guess it's something to do.
And it's like in a La La Land, right? That opening scene.
Oh, that's
They're
right.
all in traffic. What do?
Yeah.
They have fun.
You got to have fun.
Yeah. Emma Stone gets out of the car. She dances on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's the whole opening scene.
Yeah.
They have a musical. I kind of
can
wish
do that
we
too.
can do that. Yeah. I love that.
Your strobe lights will lead the way.
I'm going to invent this now.
I'm here for it. Just slurping Cheetos, blasting strobe lights, and honking that tiny horn.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, man. What a dream.
I'm here for it.
I think we're going to reinvent how people drive cars.
Yeah.
Is what I'm discovering.
Yeah. Out of the way, Henry Ford. You were a racist. All right, moving on to that next category. So cars, those have changed. Why did I ask you about tips for a speech?
Probably because you found out that I am a speechwriter of sorts.
What?
Yeah, I write speeches. Most people don't know that that's a real thing that people do. But I'm the guy. I'm the guy that writes people's speeches. I do mostly wedding speeches, surprisingly. which
That makes
I-
sense, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't expect that, actually. But once I got into it, I was like, oh, of course. Why not? I've written for people around the world,
Wow.
ambassadors, politicians.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, my gosh.
That's really cool.
I've signed NDAs, which I may or may not have broken just now.
Well, you didn't say anyone specifically.
Yeah, I know.
But you could. Oh my gosh, you did the speech for him?
I did. I regret
Out of
it.
control.
I regret it.
Out of control. I understand.
It's
Yeah.
been a big burden on my life since then.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah, we'll cut that. Thank
you.
We'll bleep that out. But that's amazing. So you've written speeches for all sorts of folks.
all sorts.
All over the place.
All over.
Near and far.
Yeah.
Wow.
Both
Yeah.
near and
So you've
far.
got a lot of experience writing speeches.
I do. I quite enjoy it. It's a very pleasant thing for me.
Yeah. What do you think, in school growing up, where you like read a lot of speeches? Are any of those like good? Like Gettysburg Address, like,
Oh,
yeah,
I mean,
or-
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think there's a reason why we talk about them today.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we reference people like Dr. Martin Luther King
Oh, well, yeah,
Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, and we
Yeah.
can quote it even, right? I think more important though is the context of those speeches, right? What they, is there, a lot of these speeches we read about are often at very pivotal moments in society and history. So
about knowing the time.
exactly. So, almost irrelevant whether or not they're actually good, like writing wise, especially over time, but they're relevant and they're like important for that reason, I think. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
That's very interesting. And I think that's very cool. And we'll probably talk about that more in a little bit. Let's get to that last category.
Yes.
Magic tricks. So you're a magic man.
Magic man.
A wizard? Is that?
We can call me a wizard.
Okay, wizard.
I like that.
Wizard. Okay.
Wizard. A scholar of magic. Whatever you'd like.
Growing up, we had a family friend. He used to be a magician in Vegas.
Oh, no way.
And like he didn't do that anymore, but he would like show us tricks all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. And there was a moment where I was like, I might. And then I had like one card trick that was pretty good, and
Yeah.
I just never really expanded. And now like I can't even shuffle cards. My magic career is not doing well.
Well, it's never too late.
It's never too late. That's
Yeah.
true. Is the magic in here?
The magic is in here. The magic is, I think, wherever you'd like it to be.
Okay.
The magic doesn't exist in the real world often.
Yeah.
It really exists in your mind, and
True.
it's and it really is. That as funny as it is to say those things, it's so true.
It's kind of there though. Like it is. You see it and you're like, I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's the closest thing we have.
Right.
Yeah.
What I think is funny about it too is one of my favorite things about doing magic as an art form is not necessarily the trick itself or doing the trick, but my favorite part is hearing other people recollect what just happened
Trying to process
other
it.
people.
Yeah.
Because I find that they will add in details that didn't even happen.
Yeah. They can't like retell it correctly almost.
Right. Well, because maybe in their experience, like their adding these details that to them are even more magical, and
Yeah.
like it almost feels like that happened to them, but it didn't. So I find that fascinating that like our memory is so faulty,
Yeah.
but even with magic, like you just kind of like self-edit that really quickly, and you can, that's the magic right there, is what you remember from
absolutely.
watching it. So so it's absolutely true.
It's really cool. It's
Yeah,
really cool. What like tangent, but like how did you get into that, or how did you find that as a passion or an interest?
Yeah. I was 8 years old, and I was watching, I don't know why, I was just really into infomercials and commercials as a kid, like a 90s kid.
They're good at getting kids to watch. And like, it doesn't make sense because like, they're not even for things kids want.
Not really, not
It's like
often.
Slap Chop, like
Yeah, but you're just so
Billy
like,
Mays, icon.
Billy Mays.
Icon.
Oh yeah, no, there's
in
a lot
peace.
of talent in the 90s and the
Yeah.
early 2000s. But I was watching this infomercial called Jaw Droppers.
Jaw Droppers.
Yeah, and I forget this person's name, like Chris Anderson or Anderson something.
Chris Angel? No.
Definitely not Chris Angel. That would have been a different experience for me.
Kind of infomercial.
I'd be in makeup right now.
Absolutely.
And long hair.
That'd
be
be
a different
cool.
magician.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But I remember just falling in love with this infomercial, and I was like, oh, I want to learn all that stuff. And my mom for Christmas got me the VHS set from Jaw Droppers. And I remember binge watching the VHS sets as a little 8-year-old, and I learned all these routines. I put on a little magic show for my fam. Somewhere in the depths of storage, there are tapes, I'm sure.
The Lost Tapes.
The Lost Tapes. That's right. The Lost Tapes of Carl. And from then on, I just really loved magic. And then in high school, I revisited that kind of passion because there was a magic club at school.
What? That's really cool.
Very cool. I was very, very fortunate to find people who were into magic.
Yeah.
And they kind of brought me back into that world.
Yeah.
Got me back into cards.
Yeah.
And I just started doing gigs and doing events and just loving it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Did you do like shows and things like that?
A lot of shows, yeah.
Wow.
A lot of birthday parties, obviously,
Yeah.
at first.
Yeah.
And I've done stage shows. I've done, my favorite was like vaudeville shows, Halloween stage
Wow.
shows.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a ton of fun.
Oh, yeah. Because you get to dress up as a different person. So like I was this mad scientist.
It adds to the character, I imagine.
Yeah. Because you can write things and do things you normally wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Like if you saw me like eating razor blades on the street, you'd be like, Carl, what are you doing?
Oh, you could?
Yeah. Is everything okay with your life?
Yeah.
But if you do it in a magic show dressed up as a mad scientist, it's like, go.
Yeah.
That's so cool. It's appropriate again.
Yeah. That's true. It's just context, right? Just like those speeches, it's just context.
Yeah, it's all context.
Where you're eating the razor blades.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right. So Carl, I want to move into why we're here. The big, the bad, the beautiful improvisation. And I imagine some of these themes from other points in your life are going to tie into this, and we'll probably touch on them a little too. But I want to take it back to, when was the first time in your life you heard about, saw, had whispered in your ear improv?
Yeah.
When was that?
So I kind of resonate with what Jamie said, which was, a lot of people say, whose line is it anyway? But I didn't register Whose Line as an improv thing.
Yeah.
It's just like a show, a game show.
Yeah.
Where people just say things and do silly things.
That are funny.
Yeah, it's just fun. And the next time I really ever heard of improv was when, you're in high school and college and you hear of improv troops.
Yeah.
But back then it was more of like, I thought of the stereotype of it, which was like the silly, goofy coming out like, ooh, yeah, all right.
Hey, guys.
Hey, we're at a zoo. I'm a giraffe. Like,
very
weird,
much.
kind of goofy stuff. And so I was like, all right.
Yeah, you're like,
Didn't take it seriously.
You guys have fun with that.
Yeah. So I didn't really pay much attention. I think like a lot of people, right? You can easily just miss it.
Yeah.
And then last year I went to the Dynasty Typewriter to watch an improv show, a real improv show.
What? What is that? I don't know what that is.
No one knows what the Dynasty Typewriter is. I'm about to give them their best advertisement.
All right, here we go.
The Dynasty Typewriter in downtown Los Angeles.
It's in downtown?
It's right in downtown.
Yeah, I live close to downtown.
Near K-Town. I couldn't tell you the street names, but it's there. It's there.
Okay.
Look it up.
It's that area.
The Dynasty
That's
Typewriter.
close to me.
There, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's a tiny little theater. Maybe like 100 people can sit in there.
Oh, that's great. That's a good size.
So many famous comedians. I saw Adam Sandler there. I watched an Adam Sandler show there. I was like near the front, just staring at this person I'd watched all through my childhood.
How baggy were his shorts?
Oh, so yeah. Were you there?
Nah, I wish.
No.
I would love to see Sandler live.
Oh,
That would be
Sandler
so
performing in his iconic, just like sweater and basketball shorts.
That's great.
Killing it.
That's all you really want.
That's all I wanted. It was everything I wanted. It was the best show.
So the Dynasty Typewriter.
That's right.
So what did you see there?
I saw an improv show, and again, I didn't quite know what I was seeing. It was like this young actor that I didn't recognize was doing these monologues for some reason, and then a bunch of people that I recognized from different comedy shows, but I can't name, were just acting out
Based off the monologue?
based off the monologue, which I didn't get in the beginning, but as I was watching, I was like, oh, okay, this is what improv is.
Yeah.
It's taking suggestions from something, taking nothing, basically creating something out of nothing, which is cool.
Yeah.
So that was the first exposure I had.
The Dynasty Typewriter. I'm coming your way. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you saw the show with some like people you recognize, maybe some folks you didn't, and that kind of you were like, okay, what is this exactly? I got to learn a little more.
Yeah, this is something.
So that kind of got the ball rolling.
Got the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And then I saw a sketch show that actually my girlfriend was a part of. She wrote.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she writes. She likes writing. She's not much of a performer. She likes to just be the brains of these really fun
then see it come to
sketches.
life.
Yeah, she loves that.
Yeah.
So she exposed me to sketch.
Wow. Okay.
And then I was just like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm missing out on so many cool things.
Yeah.
So I went to IFTP not too long later, a few months later, and that's when I saw you and Matt Moore and all the people I've come to love.
Yeah.
And I immediately signed up.
Yeah.
And I've been here ever since, and now I'm sitting with you, Michael.
And here we are on the
Here we are.
podcast.
That's
Here
my
we are on the
journey.
podcast.
That's what I
And
came.
you just completed a good little run in a nice little sketch show that we had.
Oh,
It was
what
fantastic.
an amazing sketch show. That was
Fantastic.
I have so many amazing, nice things to say about it.
It was unreal.
Yeah.
And I think I'm honestly surprised that like you're new to this.
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
very surprised. I'm like,
Yeah.
you sure? I mean,
Yeah.
but I think though, learning a little more about your background, like you've done so many things that are like, adjacent to this or like just in other variations, right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, performance and speaking and, magic and like all these things have, some elements of improv to them, just little bits and pieces. And then sketch as well. I mean, you've been writing for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So it all just kind of tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of comes naturally.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely a different kind of beast.
Yeah.
To tackle.
Yeah, it's a different art.
Different art, but
Related.
Yeah, a lot of what I find really like fun about this is a lot of people come to IFTP to use improv to learn about public speaking.
Yeah.
Social, but
Big one.
I've kind of like come at it a complete opposite way.
Yeah. You're like, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I'm using public speaking to learn improv. I really like I admire so much all the people here and in general who just take this art form incredibly seriously.
Yeah.
And you with sketch, like you've instilled so much love for sketch in me, and I cannot
love
get enough
sketch.
now. I'm gonna do sketch as much as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a special one. It's, I mean, for me, sketch is just like, cause I have a big theater background as well. So I love, like plays and musicals and all of that, but sketch is just the perfect intersection for me of improv and theater, where it's like, you are prepared, but are you? And then it's just it can get so wacky and crazy. And
So were you a high school theater?
Yeah,
Like
I went-
geek? You were that.
yeah, I went to college. I have an
so
acting
cool.
degree. I like it.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
like-
were in this world, Mike.
Yeah,
that makes
I was
so much sense.
very in it. So
That's
it's
lovely.
and I do miss that stuff sometimes. But just like, improv's always been number one. Well, not always. Once I figured out improv's been number one, and then sketch is like, it's like 1A 1B.
Okay.
Honestly, 1A 1B.
Yeah,
And it changes, but to me they're so closely linked. And
100%. Yeah. Even at the sketch show, there was a lot of improv
Yeah.
elements. I mean, when the lines or the things don't go exactly the way that you planned, you got to work around it.
you've got something there. You've got a foundation to fall back on. Yeah. Okay. So growing up,
Yeah.
were you interested in performance, like I know you mentioned magic, like doing little shows here and there for your family to start, you were a kid. That's what you do. Yeah. So was that like, were you around performance as a kid? Maybe you were doing speech in school, different things like that, or school plays. What did that look like for you?
Funny enough, I was incredibly shy growing up. I was so shy that even as a kid, I would go to my grandparents' house once in a while, and I couldn't even talk to them. I would like go to the bathroom and just hide for 30 minutes and just try to get my life together. Like, okay, I can do this. I can do it. They're my grandparents. I've seen them before. Whatever. And I had this existential crisis.
They know me.
Yeah, it was that bad for me.
Oh my goodness.
So I would freeze up, and just most of my childhood was that, just like freaking out in social situations. I wasn't. I had friends. Yeah, sure. I had friends. I did okay. I could talk, but I would never volunteer in class. I never wanted to do presentations. I loathed the presentations. And it wasn't until I joined speech and debate. It wasn't until I did that in high school, ninth grade, freshman year, where I found some sort of voice. I was like, there's something in me that people find relatable. I started liking the reactions that I got. I loved making people smile and laugh and light up in any sort of way. So it just kind of grew from there.
Did what caused you to join speech and debate? Because like you were a kid, and like you said, you were shy. You wouldn't talk to grandma and grandpa over there.
Yeah.
What was that switch? You're like, I'm just gonna do it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It was all peer pressure.
All of it. The greatest influence. I mean, sometimes though, peer pressure does work out.
That's right. We were always taught in school never to succumb to peer pressure.
I know.
I am living proof, walking proof that sometimes you should.
Sometimes.
Do the things your friends are doing, because maybe you have great friends and they want to join the speech and debate team and you don't want to feel left out. Yeah. So out of sheer desperation, you try out for the team.
I love that.
And just barely make it.
I think sometimes though, that's like the people who are like get most invested in something is when they do it for all the wrong reasons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this just because so-and-so is there, or, whatever. I'm doing this to meet chicks, or like, whatever. And then you find this thing that you actually love and you're really good at, and it just works out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, you don't believe that we joined speech and debate and theater for the chicks.
No, that's true. That's very
there was probably more reasons.
Yeah, there had to be something else.
There's something else in us, I think.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, why did you join theater? What was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think my mom just like, I had been doing like performance stuff since I was like 5.
Oh, wow.
So I just in it from a young age. Like at the age of like 6, I was in a touring Christian performing arts group.
Oh.
So yeah, doing some nice like late 90s, early 2000s like raps.
Wow.
And like about Jesus, right?
Hey.
So
the OG.
The OG. He died.
Shout out
for us. I need to be respectful. But I think so. That just passion for performance and like song, dance, and acting was instilled at a young age. Because like the group would travel around, they do like singing, dancing, and little skits here and there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So it was just doing that, and then as I got older, you start being in like plays and stuff, and I would do stuff at school. And the area I grew up in had really good like community theater.
Okay.
So
where was that? You don't strike me as someone who grew up in LA, right?
No. I like San Diego.
Oh, okay.
So not far, but I like North County, San Diego. So like Vista, Oceanside, Carlsbad, if you know that, like, around Legoland.
Yeah, there's culture there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff. So like the theater scene there is actually really big, like the local theater scene.
Right on.
It's good for kids. Like adults, there's actually some stuff for adults, but for kids too, it's really good stuff going on.
Oh, cool.
So I was very fortunate to be in that area, and that my mom was like, do this.
Was your mom like a kind of like a theater mom? Like, was she really involved in the theater where she would, kind of go with you?
She would just like drop me off, and then
That's cool.
I mean, a little, because like she didn't really do that growing up. Like she's a singer, she's a good singer, and she would sing and do things like that. But
it's in your blood.
I guess so. My dad's a drummer, so he's musical.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they're both musical, but not as much like theater,
Okay.
acting and all that stuff. But I just loved it as a kid, so been doing something related to that in my entire life, pretty much. So
Yeah, well, apple does not fall too far from the tree.
I guess so. Yeah, when you put it that way, that's a good point. Yeah. So I don't know, but I was shy at school, but outside of school, I would I'd go off.
Yeah,
But then I figured out how to merge that eventually. It's just part of growing up, I think.
Yeah. I think when you're given freedom, everyone ends up finding the thing that kind of gets you out of your shell.
Yeah.
That's just what you need. You need the independence. You need to move away from whatever you were stuck in, I think.
So you join speech and debate.
Mm-hmm.
You go, hey, friends, glad you're here. But you like it, right? You stick. What caused you to enjoy it? You said you found your voice.
Found my voice, but just like IFTP, it was the community. It was like this I don't like to say the word family because it's always like when you go, oh, this is a family, sometimes it feels a little culty.
Yeah, especially like when a business is like, we're all family here. You're fired.
Yeah, I'm your daddy. I'm like, what? That's not.
And your boss, but I'm your daddy
but
boss.
I'm your daddy.
And that's not appropriate.
No. So I don't like to use that word, but it did very much feel like it, like when you find a group of people who just accept you unconditionally, who like involve you into things. Yeah. It's another experience. I mean, it didn't even matter how well I was doing at first. Yeah. I did pretty well. You
did well, folks. There's tapes out there.
It was out there.
Yeah.
No, I loved the people.
Yeah.
I loved the people. Yeah. And it's what made me stay. It's what caused, and I think it's also what helps you get through. It's what helps you build like frustration tolerance. Like when you know what I mean? Like when you're like not doing well in something or when you feel like you're stuck, at least you've got all this other stuff around you that's pushing you through, right? I'm not here by myself. I'm not like fighting other people. I'm not competing against my teammates. I'm just here with a group of people who love me and I love them and
support one another.
Yeah, we're here, and then you get past it and then you're like, oh, okay, cool. I can do this.
That's really cool. And I think my school did not have speech and debate, so I don't know. I'll never know.
They should.
Unless I go back to high school.
Yeah. And you start the speech and debate team.
No, I just want to join as a freshman.
You're going to join?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to travel back in time to join?
No, I'm just going to re-enroll at a local school.
You're going to re-enroll in your adult life.
Yeah.
Are you going to pretend to be a teenager?
Yeah, it's like 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like that. And I'll act like how I was when I was in high school, and that'll be relevant still.
Yeah.
Culturally.
I'm a cool kid.
Sup, dudes?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll play.
Oh, yeah. I
think
so.
Know.
Yeah.
If I shave, no.
Shave. Keep the nose ring too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hip.
Hey, some high schoolers these days. I don't know. They got the septum piercings and stuff.
These are the kids who are supposed to be the most accepting and tolerant group of people.
Are they too cool?
It's the age-old question.
Yeah,
don't know.
Is Gen Z too cool for their own good?
We don't know. We're adults, so we're technically not allowed to know those things.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not supposed to know what cool is by nature.
I don't. Yeah. It's just a temperature for the air conditioning. Am I right?
Which in this case is hot.
Yeah, no, I'm sweating on that. Carl is a trooper. We have to turn the AC off while we record, and it's finally hot in LA. So
I've always wanted to do a podcast in a sauna.
Yeah. Well,
we should. How fun would that be? It would be like Hot Ones.
I tried. You'd have to limit it too, because like there's like a health. It's like 30 minutes, right? You max out, and then you have to get out of the sauna.
Yeah.
Because you'll die.
I guess so.
You'll probably pass out first, and then they need to get you out quick.
Oh, yeah. But that would make that interesting, right? It's like
the views. Imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The views. The followers, the subscribers.
Oh, imagine the numbers. I always, when people say like, oh, that video got 3,000 hits or like whatever.
Yeah.
I hate hits. Hits is like, that's what boomers say, They're like, oh, I was on the YouTube and I saw that video got 10 million hits. I hate hits.
Oh, that reminds me of the CDs, like the 2000 hits of 2001.
Yeah, that's the greatest hip hop hits.
Hits. Yeah.
They don't like the wow. That's what I call it. Yeah, that's what I call it. I miss those.
Oh yeah. Speaking of commercials, those were also fun commercials. To watch.
CD commercials, stellar.
They'd
be like,
where did those go?
Get the Roy Rogers 40th anniversary collection, all his hits in one CD. He was an actor. That doesn't play. Get the Shirley Temple.
But when you're a kid, you don't even care.
Yeah,
you're like Roy Rogers. What? who is this person?
It's
I
like
need this
27
DVD.
discs.
Mom!
You're like, I gotta call the number.
I need the right version.
Call the hits.
Yeah, look at it. I want to be cool.
It's true. We need those are gone. Hit CDs were just playlists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
what we have now.
for the young listeners.
Yeah.
That was the Spotify.
Discover Weekly.
Yeah, Discover Weekly of the Spotify.
Yeah, that's
world.
all it is now. It's just a computer that does it now.
We're spoiled.
Oh, absolutely.
What a spoiled bunch we are.
I don't miss CDs. They could scratch. They'd bump around.
Do you remember how to fix scratch CDs though? What was your method?
I had one of those like CD cleaner devices.
Yes.
You'd like spray and then you'd crank it and then it would do that.
Oh yeah. You had to get those in a desperate move when it was like your favorite CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like someone burned you one and then it got scratched and you're like, oh no, I can't listen to All American Rejects now.
Yeah. Or if you lent it to someone, if you had friends that wanted
risky.
something, it's so risky.
What if they crack that crystal plastic cover and
Well, then you lose a friend.
why be friends?
Yeah, you're going to lose a friend and get on the FBI most wanted list for murder.
Yeah.
Because it's a sin.
Yeah, but the FBI would understand. It's like, they cracked my CD case.
Oh, all right.
Cleared of all charges.
Let it go this time.
Let it go.
That we just needed the context.
Yeah, thank you. Just like that speech.
Case
Needed the
dismissed.
context. All right. So bringing us back. Hey, CD nostalgia is a good thing, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Cassettes, not going to worry about it. Walkmans, they're interesting.
Yeah, right.
Interesting technology.
Yeah.
But you had to rewind. Oh, that sucks.
Don't like that. We didn't like that. That's like VHS tapes.
Yeah. Also had to rewind. That sucked, too.
Yeah, don't miss it.
Yeah. CDs, you could skip to specific tracks. That's crazy.
Yeah, someone could be skipping through this podcast right now. It's like, gonna go forward, gonna go back.
We should put this podcast out on CDs and like hand them out in the street.
That's so good.
I think-
like when you go to Vegas and they just kind of hand it to you, and then
think
they ask for donations.
It would have to be 2 CDs due to the length of the episodes, though.
Part 1, part
Because I'm
2.
like, albums were like what, like an hour, but these podcasts are usually over an hour. And
Yeah.
oh gosh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be. Sorry, this is part 1. Come back next week for part 2. Find me in Times Square.
Yeah. Oh, it would be even more brilliant. This is my big brain working.
Okay, lay it out for me.
This is how I got the big bucks, Michael.
Big money.
You give them part 2 first, and then they're like, well, I listened to part 2 and I liked it.
How did we get here?
Yeah, how did we get there? So they have to watch part 1.
I don't even know who was talking the whole time. There was no intro.
It's all answers and no questions.
Ooh, that would be good. Or one CD is the questions, the other CD is the answers.
Yeah, and you have to
Play them both at the same time.
At the same time.
They'll sync up.
This one CD is your voice and the other CD is my voice. And so
Brilliant.
Oh my.
Absolutely
I
brilliant.
think we just revolutionized podcasting.
Yeah, we
We're
just
doing a lot.
changed. We're bringing back physical media, folks. Bringing it back. All right. So speech and debate, high school, you find your voice. At some point, it's a big assumption here, but I think you graduated high school.
I graduated high school.
Nice.
Somehow.
Nice.
It happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you debated your way through.
I really did. You have no idea.
They let you through.
They did.
So you finished high school.
Yeah.
What happened after high school? Were you like, speech, I want to speak? Maybe you had other passions, whims, desires, dreams?
No. I stuck with speech. Right after high school, I went to art school, and that was a lost time in my life. It was just like, this is not really what I thought it was. I feel really like lonely out here. I was out in North Hollywood, just taking my drive. There's the driving again. Just driving back and forth. I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is not really fulfilling what I wanted. Graphic design. It's just very, it's a lonely thing to do.
Yeah.
And when you're just focused on that. So I very quickly found the Pasadena City College speech and debate team.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's more familiar.
Yeah.
Went right back there. And I just kind of continued doing that. I was like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, but moving up to a collegiate level.
Exactly. Yeah. Moving on up. I found a lot of similarities from high school speech to college speech, but it was also, very mature in a way and very, very elevated in like what type of arguments you're creating. Now we're actually talking about the real gritty parts of society
Absolutely.
that matter and are meaningful. And that's what really helped me understand life and myself because I don't know, when you're like performing dramatic pieces and tying that into like human psyche and what makes us, what like human turmoil and what makes us overcome certain things in life, then you really you really develop an introspective view of you and the world. And there's a lot of relatability when like you have just hundreds and hundreds of other people doing the same thing and you're watching them, competing with them and celebrating them. And you're just watching speech after speech after speech. And I definitely learned the most about life in the world through speech and debate, way more than I learned in any of my classes in life. So I just, I owe a great deal to these programs. And, you know, I just ended up being an instructor, and I still am. That's what I do. I'm a part of the community. I teach kids, elementary through high school, giving right back. Yeah. And it's, you know, it hasn't changed very much. It's still the same speech and debate I love, but honestly, it's better. You know, I think kids are getting smarter. They're getting more aware of the world. They have to be. You know, these kids are click-clacking on the internet. TikToks,
the
YouTubes,
hits.
and the Snapchats, and they're doing all of it, and they're exposed. So they may as well talk about it. And it's cool that they get this outlet. And I really wish that speech and debate would continue growing and more kids would get into it. Heck, I mean, I wish adults would get into it. You know, I wish that we had more speech and debate kind of things for adults.
Opportunities,
Absolutely, because it's a very self-rewarding thing, but it's also a very educational experience. Lots to learn in this activity. So I'm grateful for it, but I'm also very passionate about being a teacher in that space.
I would imagine, at least off the top of my head, and like thinking about like the process of it, like if you're a participant, right, you have to obviously study what your topic is, you know, learn the ins and outs, and then you're always taking a position on the debate side of things, right? So you're either for or against, and that helps you understand others' perspectives on a particular issue, even if you disagree. Sometimes you're defending a position that isn't true to what you believe, but it's your role.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's, I mean, thinking about how educational that would be. I mean, expanding your horizons and the important element of understanding how others think. Right? That's really kind of a big part of what this is all about. You know, summing it up. Like, it's like we all need to understand a little bit how other people think.
Absolutely. Empathy. Lots of empathy in this activity. And man, you see people, you know, much like I see in improv and sketch and just any performance space, just people pouring their everything that they have in them onto a 10-minute like performance. It's breathtaking sometimes what people in the community can gift you almost as an audience member. It's wild. They take you into their world for a minute, and you are now at the mercy of their sometimes traumatic experiences, which can get scary, but sometimes a lot of the cool success stories too. It's really, really inspiring.
That's really cool.
It's heavy.
It's heavy too.
It's real heavy.
It's you kind of get me going, huh? Speech and debate, huh?
Think about it.
Speech and debate.
21 Jump Street, speech and debate edition.
I'm there. I'm there. I'll show up to one of the middle school classes. I think that's more my level.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can see you fitting in with the 7th graders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they would love you.
Yeah. Sup, fam?
It's lit.
It's lit. It's litty.
It's so litty.
Yeah. Hey, don't gaslight.
Oh.
No cap.
No cap. I don't let him.
No cap. Straight facts.
Yeah. See, I'm already. That's beyond me.
Oh, no cap just means like for real. Like I'm not lying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
If you're capping, you're lying.
Yeah.
No cap, you're telling the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
The kid told me no cap, and I undid my water bottle, and he just looked at me strange.
That's an even better response. He's like, no cap, mister. And you're like,
you know what? I should drink more
You're
water.
right.
You're right. Yeah.
Thanks, kid.
No limitations on life. Just drink your water.
Yeah.
Keep drinking.
Like, I appreciate that about you young people. You keep me hydrated. This kid's like shaking his head. He's
that would be a fun sketch, is like a teacher just completely misinterpreting all these things, but it's like still a positive experience.
Yeah. They're like, our teacher doesn't understand what we say, but
Yeah,
It's fine.
Mr. Trig has no idea. He always gets it wrong, but we don't want to tell him because he seems like he's really happy, and he's honestly his life is getting better.
It's like, guys, you have helped me drink so much more water. He's like, my skin is cleared up. Like, I sweat more. And my pee is always clear. You probably shouldn't tell kids that.
No, you don't want to introduce urine in the
Yeah.
classroom. It gets real sticky.
Yeah.
And then everyone just starts talking about it, and then we go off.
Yeah, not a good call. That's a good point. All right. So we finished college. You find speech and debate. You're back in it. You become a teacher. Yeah. And eventually, we find our way to improv. So you've been doing this career of writing speeches. You've been coaching.
Yeah.
So I'm a multifaceted, multi-talented man, right?
Thank you.
And then you go to this Dynasty typewriter, this familial communication device, right?
Yeah.
This legacy language trinket.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of stupid names for a typewriter. And you see this improv, and it gets your mind ticking, thinking. You're going, okay, I kind of see what this is now.
Yeah.
It's not just Wayne Brady, Colin Mockery, all those guys making good jokes on TV.
Although that is also really, really, really inspiring as well on its own right.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the first time I did a show at IFTP, I came, and they were doing two shows that night. They were doing the faculty show and then like the non-faculty show, I guess. Yeah, like the class members show.
Yeah.
And I came, and in the faculty show, Wayne Brady showed up and did the show with them. Ugh. And I was like, I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to watch the show because we were in the next one. So we got to see him backstage.
Oh,
like,
even better though.
In the green room, just real quick, just like, oh, Wayne. And like, that's it. And then he left. He's like, okay, I'm going to go be me.
Yeah.
And he didn't stay to watch, which I get it. He didn't want to watch like improv that not as good as his for a guy who's done so much improv. Like, I don't blame him at all.
Like watching your kids.
Yeah. He's like, and I don't even know them. So it's not even special. Like,
Matt told me the story about Wayne Brady finding out IFTP. Oh, yeah. It's so, it got me excited.
It's cool.
Because I love Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
One of my heroes.
Me too.
Yeah,
I was like, that was my first like experience. I was like, one day I got to do a show with Wayne. And I haven't, but you know,
I have a feeling you will.
I'm only 97, so I've got time.
You've got a few more years.
Yeah, I got maybe
squeeze
6 months.
Yeah. 6 months is enough. But you know, if you let him know this is your dying wish.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it'll be like a Make-A-Wish kind of.
Like a Make-A-Wish senior.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I've lived a full life, but one more thing.
Yeah. Imagine if that was just your last breath was in a scene with Wayne Brady.
Wayne. Yes, and yes. And then I die. I'd be fine with that, actually.
Oh,
I'm good with that.
Oh, that's the peak. That's the peak of life, and you end on your high.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I need to focus on you, Carl.
No.
Focus on you, not Wayne.
This is about the people.
And his gorgeous talent.
He's gorgeous.
His nice face. Beautiful laugh. Yeah. Excellent singing voice.
Lips and wonderful clothing.
Supple cheeks. And I'm not talking about his face.
I know what you mean, Michael. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Good. All right. Don't listen to this, Wayne.
Sorry, Wayne. I love you.
Yeah, you're talented, and I respect you deeply as an artist.
Yeah.
And look up and admire you. All right. In an appropriate way. All right. So you find IFTP. What was your impression when you started here? Whose class were you in?
I was in Jamie's.
Okay, Jamie's class. So you were in the Monday night Jamie class.
I was in the Tuesday night, I believe.
Tuesday night.
It was the only night that I could do.
Okay.
I didn't know Jamie. I remember seeing him at the show.
Yeah.
I didn't remember his name when I signed up. I was like, this is the only slot I could do.
Yeah.
And it says for beginners, or at least it was like recommended.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, do that. And I see him. I'm oh wow, I really loved this guy. I really loved like space work. I didn't know it was called space work at the time.
Space work. That's definitely
he was
tough skill.
Brilliant improviser. And I remember just after day one feeling really elated. I felt like this was something that has been missing in my life. Like it was a real visceral, dare I say, ethereal moment for me.
Yeah.
This was something that for maybe a decade I felt like I should have been doing. one of those things you just find it and you're like, where have you been all my life?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My love.
Yeah. Glad you're here, Wayne.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Improv.
Don't talk about Wayne again.
I won't.
We can't go back.
Yeah.
So Jamie's class was, I think, the perfect class I could have started with because he really brought it down to, where we were all at, right? There's some people who had been doing it for a little while, but I think the majority of us in his class were new.
Yeah, newer to the class.
But as brilliant as Jamie is, he really, really just encouraged us on that basic level of, yes, and here's some cool exercises, celebrating everybody, encouraging everybody, and I felt so good.
Yeah.
And so, for the first couple months when I was in Jamie's class, it was just a playground. It was a playground, and I was having so much fun just developing all of the things that Jamie was asking us to develop, and it was fantastic. And then I moved up to Matt's Saturday class because I was like, there's so many wonderful teachers here.
Yeah.
And so I think my strategy is to explore and grab a piece of everybody's philosophy, which I'm finding is very different.
Yeah.
Everyone's class feels like a different thing.
Yeah, there's different flavors.
So yeah. It's like Carolina Reaper flavor, jalapeno cheese.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, limon.
Limon. Yeah. So I went to Matt's class, and Matt's class is really kind of like the IFTP pillar.
Yeah.
That's where you go to really exercise, as if you were maybe in a show. Because he does a lot of scene work and a lot of clap in time. Yeah. And, I've had Benjamin as a makeup class who's super sweet, just a very, very lovely person. I hope to interact with him some more. And I'm currently in Liam's class.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Clancy.
Oh, Mr. Clancy. And his brother Dan's in it too.
Yeah.
So it's just the Clancy
I didn't know Dan
show.
was in his class.
He's in the class with us.
That's hilarious.
I'm really loving all of that.
Oh, that's good.
It's so fun.
That's awesome.
It's so fun.
I haven't seen Dan for a minute. So that's good.
I recently saw his podcast episode too, and so I got really excited that I was in both their in their presence, and so just really watching them both work. Is
they're really cool guys.
Very, very inspiring to the academic side of improv. They have a very, very definitely Liam as a teacher has a very technical approach, and he knows really well how to break things down and unearth the core of why this scene works or what you can be doing better. So I'm really enjoying that part of it. And of course, I was in your sketch class.
The sketch class, round 2. People have been asking for so long, and we finally did it again. Thank God.
It's coming back, EP3.
We got to get in there and do episode 3 because before, we got to do it before a year passes. Yeah. It's a low bar.
Sure.
Right now. I mean, I'd like to do it within the next couple months, ideally.
Oh yeah, I'm in it. I'm gonna be one of the first people to sign up.
Oh, I'd love to have you back. Yeah, 100%.
And I would love for you to do a sketch or be in a sketch.
We'll see.
Can we request that?
I will do my best. I'll write a sketch about having a podcast. No, actually, we did a podcast sketch in the first show, and it was actually really good.
Oh, cool.
It was really funny. It was about a son recording with his mom, and just the mom just embarrassing.
Oh wow,
him, just destroying him.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it was
That's
good.
phenomenal.
They got a phone call halfway through. She picks it up, and he's just like. We're recording. She has no respect for the format. She gets up and walks away from the mic. It was a really solid sketch. It was a lot of fun.
Oh man, I wish I saw that.
Yeah, that one was fun too because it was just so simple. It was table, microphones. That's all you need.
Yeah,
and then we walked away.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Wow, that's all. That really is all a podcast is. Right?
Yeah.
People and mics.
Yeah, we just have chairs. Thankfully.
Whatever this thing is. What do you call this?
Soundboard or mixing
board.
Yeah, or the mixer, I guess. Yeah, because it gets all the sound inputs, and then we can adjust the levels. And this one, it has all the buttons on there. You can preload sounds into them, and you press it, and it'll play back on the recording. I really should do that.
Sound effects.
Yeah, and I've thought about it for game purposes. I just need to be a little less lazy.
Oh, okay.
Because it would be fun to be whap.
Yeah. So if someone says something that's wrong.
Yeah.
Meow, meow, meow. Yeah.
So future me, that's some podcast evolution ideas that I have.
Yeah.
That's some off-air stuff, though. We gotta save
talk
that.
after the
So, for the
podcast.
future. For the future. Yeah.
The future.
For the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, there's another one.
Number
All right.
3, a lot of fires to water down, huh?
Big night for
A lot of
fires.
cats and trees.
Yeah, I know. I left my stove on and then I came here. So
That's probably why that
Yeah.
fire truck just went by.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You seem really chill about it, though.
Yeah. Well, it's just a house. Right?
It happens.
Yeah.
Things happen.
I'm gonna say something controversial yet brave.
I love it.
I think this comes up like when I'm moving in particular, but I've had moments where I'm just like, what if a fire just took everything I had, clean slate?
How would you feel?
I think, conflicted. There's parts of me that I'm like, nice. Just like start over,
Yeah.
just like get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
This is such an American problem, I know.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, so the idea of that clean slate, like as an adult, because, the older you get, there's just stuff that somehow perpetually sticks with you.
Oh, yeah.
And some of it's like nostalgic. And then others, you're like, why do I have this?
Junk.
Yeah.
It weighs you down.
Yeah. Work gives you so many like t-shirts or like whatever over the years. And you're like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the famous father of Stoicism, Zeno, from Citium?
Loosely. I know I took a philosophy class and we talked about Stoicism, but it's been a few years.
It's been a few years.
That was college.
Yeah.
That was, not as recent as I'd like it to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I think everyone should take philosophy classes.
Yeah.
But can I tell you the story of Zeno? Because that reminds me exactly of it, and I
Tell me Zeno.
love Zeno's story.
Okay.
So Zeno was a very famous and wealthy tradesman. He would create red dyes and sell them to the rich and the wealthy, the elites who loved wearing red clothes.
Yeah.
I suppose that was the royal color.
Yeah, perhaps sign of wealth, something like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah, these arbitrary colors.
Yeah.
And one day, he was in his ship carrying all of the red dyes when he got caught in a storm, and it completely destroyed his ship, and all of his red dye had just started bleeding into the sea. And so, obviously, this was very devastating to Zeno, right?
Yeah.
All of his wealth and his fortune, his whole life, essentially, had just vanished in an instant.
And he didn't have insurance, did he?
Probably not. State Farm
Dang.
did not.
No, he was not in good hands.
No. So Zeno was pretty effed. And so he found himself just wandering the streets of Athens, poor, figuring out what to do. And he happened upon this book, and he started reading, just random book, right? And he started reading chapter after chapter, and he just kept getting interested. Whoa, what is this book? And it turned out this book was the memoirs of Socrates, which, as we know, is one of the most famous, greatest philosophers of all time. And so he got so inspired by this book and by the teachings of Socrates, he spent the next 20 years of his life studying with other Socratic philosophers and eventually starting his own teaching, his own school of philosophy, and now he's deemed the father of Stoicism. And his whole lesson that came from this story from Zeno is his quotation. That's I'm going to butcher right now, but it's essentially that he says his most profitable moment in his life was when he lost everything. Right? So whereas we'd all be devastated if we lost everything, that was the greatest moment of his life, because from then on, it was like it gave birth to this new idea that, it's not about all of these material things on the outside, but Socrates taught that it's all of our happiness and success comes from building character.
Yeah, who
Near
we
and
are
dear.
versus what we have.
Near and dear to my heart.
I like that very much.
Oh, yes. Thanks for letting me share that.
Absolutely. I have a friend literally like 2 days ago. He was like, yeah, I've been learning about Stoicism lately. Like this, yesterday. No, Monday. But still, just twice in 1 week.
Monday's a great day to learn about Stoicism.
Crazy, yeah. He was just talking to me about it, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, I'll have to check it out. So I'll have to ask him now. I'll be like, hey, man, you know about Zeno?
Yeah, the next time you see him, he's probably going to be with a giant white beard.
Okay,
and
that'd be crazy.
Spectacles to show
that
how
would be-
wise he's become.
Okay, I'm down to see. That would be incredible if he grew a beard in that time.
Yeah.
He's clean shaven, so
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. All right, well, thank you for sharing that, Carl. I appreciate it.
Thank you for letting me share.
I kind of want to dig around on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Okay. So I got a couple more questions for you.
Oh, please. I love it.
All right. So in your time here at IFTP, and maybe reflecting back on your history and storied career, I might add, speech, debate, I mean, both as a writer, as a speaker, and a coach, right? What have you seen any crossover impact already between improv and your career?
Yeah, absolutely. Immediately, I think improv has helped me become a better teacher. There's so many like life personal lessons. Like, I think one of the biggest things it's done for me in my teaching career is it's allowed me to let go of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's allowed me to have a little hiccup and not ruminate so much on that thing and not take it so personally.
Yeah.
Right. Because in an improv scene, that's going to happen
Yeah.
pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of my improv journey here, I got so frustrated. You know, like I don't know how you ever felt when you first did improv, but there was a lot of frustration of like, oh, I should have said this, I should have done this.
Yeah. It's
You wanna
very
backtrack.
easy after the scene to
come up with all this.
to become a good improviser.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm learning a lot now that I just have to let it go, and the next thing I do, I get to do it again. Like the journey's never over. The scene almost never ends.
Yeah.
Like there's no point in trying to correct the past. It's just like, hey, you know, you're gonna get chance after chance after chance. I'm going to have, you know, same thing with my students, you know, they're going to get chance after chance after chance. Yeah. We're going to have multiple days. We're going to have, you know, as long as I do this, I will have new students. I will have a better way of doing things. So it's just been very meditative in that way. So I feel very relaxed when I teach now. So it's a nice feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Makes
All the
whole
teachers
thing
out
easier.
there need to take improv because, you know, it's a rough time for teachers, especially if you're in public school.
Yes.
Public school teachers are stressed.
Going through it.
No one's supporting them on a financial or emotional level.
Yeah.
It's real rough. So I think anything that teachers can do or anything you can do for your teachers is a great thing. And I think improv is one of those things that I think will help people like teachers. You know, so yeah, that's A+ for that. But also in like my actual teaching, not just like in my in a personal way, but I really love the structure that we have here at IFTP where we start our class very nice and gentle with breathing and a question. Yeah. And I think I used to start my classes with so much energy and like, I actually used to start my classes with shake it off.
Oh, the shakedown. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that sometimes too as a warm up in some settings. Yeah.
I think it depends on what kind of class you want to have.
Yeah.
Right. So, so I kind of, you know, took that and went, you know what if I started this class the opposite? What if I started in a gentler way and bring it down? I think in certain situations that has really helped me teach better. Where it's like, okay, cool. We're in a specific zone now.
Yeah.
We're not just like exhausted or we're not just energetic. It's like when you ask a question, we get really, you know, personal. And sometimes, you know, I want to start my classes on a personal note because we might be getting into that. We might need that. So, yeah, I think that's in a nutshell, a couple of things that's helped me. I'm sure there's a lot of other things I haven't even realized yet.
Yeah. And more will come, I think, too.
More will come. Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah. It's I think improv and teaching are very alike.
Yes, I would agree.
Improv is like everything.
Yeah. I think you can find it in everything, right? Little bits of it. You're always improvising something.
You're always improvising.
In so many workplace environments and in so many non-workplace social settings, like, yeah.
And I think above all else, IFTP captures that. Like,
it
seems to be the only space where you're going to find people who aren't just actors and actresses and comedians here. And like, I never would have thought that I would be doing improv and sketch with like lawyers and doctors,
straight
surgeons.
Up. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yo, just came from surgery, ready to do some sketch, yo.
Yeah, just doing characters.
Just saved a brain. Like, let's get to it.
It's wild.
It is.
But I think it makes this community so much more fun.
It makes it interesting,
makes
too.
It way more interesting. Diversity is the spice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got it here.
Yeah.
it's a prideful thing.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Even doing this podcast, like I've met like architects, doctors, lawyers, stenographers, speech writers, coaches, like all these different skills and careers and passions. But then also we all love improv. We all have that in common too, which is really cool. It's not just like, oh, so you're an actor, huh? Not getting those auditions, huh? Chewing gum or whatever.
They're always chewing gum or like toothpick.
Those
or
actors,
something.
they're just cleaning their teeth.
Yeah.
For that next role, huh?
Smacking their lips.
Yeah.
Because they're hungry for stage time.
Yeah. Desperate for attention.
Who would be so desperate for attention?
What?
Huh?
I don't know who said that. It's crazy. Wayne? I'm desperate for Wayne's attention.
I want Wayne to notice me once.
Yeah, just once. Even if it's an accident. Like he's waving, I wave, but then he's actually waving at someone behind me, but he sees me and goes, oh, that's nice. And then he waves. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
I'd take that.
Can I quickly tell you my Wayne Brady connection?
Yes.
There's two times.
Two
connections I have with Wayne Brady. Not just IFTP. Well, actually, IFTP would be the third.
IFTP.
Which I haven't seen him here, but I keep hearing about it.
Yeah.
In the shadows.
I know. We need to get him to come back.
The first time
Yeah.
I heard about Wayne Brady was my sister actually was on his game show.
Oh, Let's Make a Deal?
Let's Make a Deal.
Yeah.
She was on stage and she won a kitchen set,
Oh,
a fridge,
nice.
all this stuff. I kept some of it.
That's cool.
So cool. So
Wayne Brady's fridge.
Yeah. For the past few years, I had a fridge from Wayne Brady's.
Oh my gosh.
Studio. I know he didn't buy it himself.
No, he did. He picked
but
it
he
up.
probably
at Lowe's.
touched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he picked it from Lowe's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And he carried it over and he gave
Wayne.
it to my sister. And my sister had nothing to do with it. She didn't know where to put it. And so I begged her, I need Wayne's fridge. And I got it. I don't have it anymore. But it was a cool time.
Yeah.
So that was that. And I think Jonathan Mangum was also like a co-host on that, right?
Yeah, and I've done a few things with him here.
He seems so cool.
He's
I
around.
saw him on a show
Nice
here once.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really cool guy, it seems.
Yeah, he's done a couple shows with us more recently in the
Yeah.
past 6 months. I think he has a show at the theater coming up soon too. I just saw something today on next Thursday or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to keep watching
Yeah,
him.
he's doing
a
a
master.
show. I think Matt's in it with him because Matt's pretty good buddy.
Yeah,
with him.
they seem like buddies.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, Mangum's a cool guy.
Yeah, I bet. I also saw the first episode of Dancing with the Stars live taping.
Oh,
And Wayne Brady was in it. Oh, and he smashed it.
yeah, that's kind of unfair. I mean, he's done Broadway too. Like,
Yeah, no,
it's
it was.
not.
He didn't even win the show. I don't think the season. No, I don't think he. I don't even think he won. I think he was ripped off.
That
but
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time picturing like celebrities who would be better because with his
I
like
know.
skill set and then just charm and
it was probably too obvious.
yeah, it was like Wayne's too good. Eliminate him.
Yeah. Get him.
Yeah, just be like, no, he's ruining this. Why did we pick someone who's been on Broadway? We're idiots.
God, dang it.
He can dance. He was in Kinky Boots.
Yeah. He should be the coach. If anything,
honestly, I think he could be.
I think so too.
He's busy though, I guess. Yeah.
So now I'm here.
Yeah.
Wayne Brady's around
Wayne's
somewhere.
house. Yeah.
He might be hiding behind the door. Is Wayne Brady going to pop?
Wayne.
Michael.
It's Wayne's World.
Is that the surprise that you have for me?
He's been in the bathroom for about an hour just waiting to come in
that's
here.
Wayne.
That's Wayne.
Classic Wayne.
Classic Wayne. Just waiting around.
Wayne on the drain.
So sorry.
I'm so sorry, Wayne Brady.
He's never going to come on the show
I
now, is
know,
he? That's
I
like a
know.
long-term dream of mine. I'm like, I'd like to get some of those like ringers,
Yeah.
heavy hitters, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
40 episodes, that's something,
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more than something.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. I got one more question for you, Carl. Then we're going to do some improv.
Ooh.
And then we're going to turn on the AC and go home.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So then I can wring out my socks and that sort of thing.
Oh, your socks wet?
Yeah, get them ready for tomorrow,
Okay. The same socks.
Yeah. I only have one pair of socks.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's all you need.
Yeah, they're very versatile.
Yeah, no one
Dress
sees them.
socks and...
Yeah.
All right. So my last question for you. Thinking about your improv career, your improv journey thus far.
Yeah.
What's next on the horizon? You got any goals or things you'd like to accomplish before the end of 2023? Let's say. It's
future.
July right now, July 12th,
July 12th.
2023.
2023.
Yeah, less than 6 months, but more than 5 months.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Less than
thinking
5
about
months.
hanging up my improv career soon. It's done. I think I've peaked. It's been quite a ride.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
Yeah.
almost got to see Wayne Brady, so we're done.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
You know,
Wayne's
did the
World.
podcast.
Did the Peak cast.
We're done.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I feel like an infant in improv still.
Yeah.
I really am
baby.
still exploring. I'm still literally trying to remind myself to yes and things.
Sure.
You know, it's an ongoing journey. I'll never stop. I definitely hope, number one, that sketch class comes back up.
Yeah.
Because I will do it.
Me too.
I will fight people for that slot.
I will help you fight them.
You better sign up.
Yeah, you better. I will bully you.
I'm going to take all of the slots.
I'm a cyber bully. So just you and me will do the show.
That's all. Yeah.
I think we could make that
I think
work.
we can do it.
We're
Yeah.
gonna be very tired.
Well, I think we have to train like Rocky would. You know, climb some mountains doing improv and sketch.
Yeah, true.
You
Eat some
know,
Philly
climb the
cheesesteaks.
steps. Oh yeah, eat a bunch of Philly cheese.
I'm already very good at that part.
Yeah,
so.
beat up some raw ribs in the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the day of the show, I'll be like, we didn't memorize any lines. We've just been like running around all the time eating Philly cheesesteaks.
Humming that theme song.
Yeah, God, I thought that would make us ready.
We have no sketches.
Zero.
Yeah. This is a not good training plan.
So sketch,
Yeah.
I want to do. I've got drama prov that I signed up for.
Ooh,
I'm
that's a lot of
real
fun.
excited
A
for
lot
that.
of fun.
I really love drama.
It's a good way to stretch yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. I actually feel like drama is more in my tune than comedy is.
I think you've got some comedic chops. So
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear that. I mean, and with your
Very meaningful
speech
to
and
me.
debate side of things, that makes sense too.
Yeah. I definitely had a lot more dramatic performances in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But I will say, I'm learning a lot about comedy now. The recommendation, the Truth in Comedy book, I think
it's
I
a
learned
great
from
one.
yours
Mel
and Liam's
Close and Shauna
podcast.
Halpern.
Yes, reading that,
It's
and
an
I'm learning.
all-timer.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm figuring out that comedy and drama are one and the same.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Bang.
I mean, yeah, that's really
it.
where all it starts, and then people will believe you or laugh at you.
Yeah. Don't try to be
both.
funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, drama prov, sketch. I think it would be wonderful to do an improv show here, but when I'm ready, I'm not the decider of those things. Our dear Lord and Savior Matthew Moore will contact me and hear my prayers.
Indeed.
But yeah, I'm just putting all my trust into this community and letting things happen. I almost feel a little guilty saying I have goals because I just want to let it, I just want to let that ride, as Owen says. Let it ride.
Let it ride. Yeah.
Just let it ride.
Yeah, and I think even with that though, with something like improv, you can have things you want to aspire to because this is an art form, like so many other things, and you're working at it and improving and trying to educate yourself about it. Like that's what you do.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I want to be Wayne Brady.
Done.
That's it?
Yeah, you're already there. Wow. Done.
I'm Wayne Brady.
You've been Wayne the whole time.
I have been Wayne the whole time. My brain.
You just like explode, and it cut to black. End of episode. That's my sketch. Yeah. Carl, you've been Wayne the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
There's so many sketch ideas I have now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like after you like kind of get in the zone, then your mind like
You can't stop.
you get like on it and you figure things out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm kind of annoying my girlfriend at home, just like, oh, that would be a funny sketch. She's
Yeah.
like, what are you, it's like, what? It's midnight. Shut up.
Carl, the show's over.
Yeah.
You're like, "No, it's not. There's always the next one," which I think is good. It's like important, like, with anything. I mean, that you write speeches. Like writing is a muscle, right? So it's and there's so many different types of writing.
Yeah.
And sketch is a different animal than writing, an important speech about a political topic or something more serious, a philosophical debate, something like that. It's they're different avenues.
You got to be tight in
Yeah.
sketch.
Yeah.
Like economy of words.
Word
is
economy.
Word
I was
economy.
literally, you said economy of words. I'm like, I hear you, buddy.
It is. Yeah. See, I even, word economy is better because that's one less word than economy of words.
Boom, there you go.
We just applied it on the spot.
Yeah.
Improv.
Yeah, we talked about that in teaching a lot, and how much you're saying as a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Word economy, making concise, clear points and directions. So I very much translates to sketch, improv even too.
Certainly.
You don't want to be too verbose.
Nope.
Yeah, well, that's another way to put it. Verbose, word economy of language. Like, Well, we can come up with a bunch of like metaphors for this. The wallet of words. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, word
I like
wallet.
it. The word wallet.
It's in your word wallet.
Yeah, that's a State Farm commercial too.
Capital One, I think.
Capital One.
Capital One. What's in your wallet? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no, we were just talking about State
Weird,
Farm.
yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
That's
about,
insurance. They're all the
Zeno's
same.
Insurance.
What's the difference? Capital One, State Farm. They're all owned by the same Elon Musk.
They probably are. Yeah, it's some dude somewhere who probably like blood dopes with blood from 18-year-olds and
Yeah.
just weird stuff like that. Yeah.
That's what I imagined.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
All right, Carl. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective and your kind of your journey through speech a little bit, magic, and then kind of how your perspective from those fields has kind of impacted the work you're doing now in improv. And I'm excited to see where you go with all of this.
Thank you. You're a great interviewer. I loved talking with you.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it as well, Carl. I have the best job here because I get to sit and talk to cool people.
It is cool. I am
quite
envious.
quite a privilege.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
I see that.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it's a sweet gig, and I get to hear the conversations twice.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, it's more than that, really, because you rewind,
Over
you cut.
and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to cut out the whole middle section, so this isn't going to make
That's
any
fair.
sense when it comes out.
It's like, why are they talking about Wayne Brady all the time?
It's just, I'll ask you serious questions, and it'll cut to you being like, Wayne.
Wayne? That should be the beginning.
Yeah, just, Wayne? I've been Wayne the whole time on this week's Improv for the podcast. Wayne?
Wayne, what Wayne? Yeah, the whole thing.
Stay out of my Wayne. Oh gosh, he's never coming out.
Yeah, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, if he finds out, well, one, that this podcast exists, and then two, that this episode exists.
What if he watches every episode, Wayne? He's a subscriber, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I had more Instagram followers than I thought I did. I looked today. I was bored.
How many?
56.
Ooh.
Soon to be maybe 57.
I hope. Well, I might. Maybe if you ask me, I will create an Instagram secretly.
Dang.
Just to subscribe to you.
Secretstagram.
Yeah. What do they call it? Finstas?
Yeah, fake Instas. Yeah, see, that's what the kids,
I'm still
that's
in there.
the youth.
I'm in.
No cap.
No cap.
Straight facts.
That's lit, yo.
Yeah, that's litty.
I'm so sorry.
Itty bitty litty.
Itty bitty lit.
Nobody says that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
No. All right. So you ready to do some improv, Carl?
I figured we were already doing improv, but
yeah.
let's continue.
I mean, we've done a ton of little bits here and there, but that's the fun. We sprinkle that in.
Yeah.
So we have 3 games that we're going to be playing here tonight. And these games, I pride myself on still not repeating a game so far through 40 episodes.
That's so true.
And
I've never heard you do it.
I don't know why or how, but I'm excited about what we got for you tonight. So 3 games we're playing. This first one, this is a variation spin-off of a game I knew, and then I just changed it and evolved it. That's often what I do is I find a game, adapt it, and be like, is this good for both an audio and visual experience?
Oh.
And also we're sitting in chairs the whole time, so
wow.
gotta be mindful of that.
Yeah, you're very mindful about it.
Yeah. So this game is called Animal Life. And in this scene, this note didn't update. It's called Animal Slice of Life.
Slice of life.
Slice of Animal Life.
Oh.
There we go. This I used the Notes app and it didn't update my last one. Oh, because I wasn't on the Wi-Fi. That's why.
Darn Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So in this scene, you and I are going to be assigned an animal, and we're just going to play a slice of life out as those animals,
Okay.
whatever they are.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of using generators, as you know.
I love generators. It's a teacher tool.
Oh,
You know a teacher when they got a generator app.
Matt made fun of me for all the generators I use. It's like every episode.
Wait, hold on. Matt, you use generators in your class.
Yeah,
I've
I know.
seen it.
I know.
I'm calling it out.
He said, "You millennials and your generators," and I was like,
And then a week later, he's like,
Yeah.
we're going to use an app for generators.
"Yeah." I told him I had to generate a response, and So this one, we're going to be playing Rams.
Rams. Oh.
Yeah. This generator, it's just a big spin wheel, and it has emoji of a bunch of animals.
Okay.
And we got a ram. Hang on.
The infamous
It's a ram.
elusive ram.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to be Rams. This is called Slice of Animal Life. And I'll black us out when we're done. Can I get a hit of that?
Get your own hit.
Your patch of mountain grass is far more ripe than what I have going on over here. Okay?
I got to feed my family first, Steve. You keep asking for resources, and I don't have what you think I have.
Okay, Ramsey, we all live on this mountain. I feel like, I know like your family owns property, mine doesn't. But
Okay.
I feel like you could maybe share. Share a little bit.
Share. Is that kind of like when you take what's mine?
No. It's like you don't need all of it, so you let me have some. So like that mountain grass you have over there. Like, see, I got this like dry, like it's a little crispy and it has like pea on it.
I wouldn't eat it.
No, but it's all I have. But I look over there and you've got luscious green tall blades and
It is pretty luscious.
and my tummy is rumbling.
I can hear it from
Ramsey,
here.
I just a couple nibs. Just a couple nibs. What do you say? How about this? If you let me get a couple nibs, I'll show you my secret bath spot. Yeah. Found a spot.
Steve,
Found a spot, Ramsey.
I've been wondering where the secret spot
I got a spot. It's got a nice little trickle waterfall.
Not
Just
the waterfall.
really good on my horns.
You drive a hard bargain, Steve.
Yeah, I do.
I'll make a deal with you.
All right, I'm in.
If you don't tell my wife and my kids that I shared my tall, luscious grass with you,
It looks so good.
if you keep this between us, I will give it to you. But only if I get to pee on that waterfall.
Well, Ramsey, I said it's a bathing spot.
Oh,
It's not for you to desecrate.
but we're Rams. That's what we do.
You are Rams, but I'm kind of one of the cleaner Rams. That's why I have a bathing spot in the first place. I like to get clean. I go every day and get cleaned off.
Steve.
And I like to smell good and look good. And because I think how you look is how you feel.
You're right.
And when I turn my head and see my sides, I like them to look clean and unmatted.
I think you've inspired me, Steve. I've been quite a mess all my life.
You have, Ramsey.
My
You've
hair.
done well, but
I've done well,
You've
but
done
my hair is not as good as yours.
it is not.
And,
I've got
my teeth.
I've got a lot more volume than you.
So I don't know.
So much
I've
volume.
been wondering that.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Tresemme?
I rub some plant juice in my fur. I just break the plant in my mouth and then kind of slobber it on there.
Well, Steve, my wife, she don't love me no more. She's not attracted to this ram. This
doesn't
old,
love you,
this old
Ramsey.
beat up ram.
Your horns ain't as big as they used to be.
They're not.
It's part of getting older.
It's cracked. I'm peeing in places I shouldn't be peeing.
Oh, Ramsey, I understand.
Steve,
It's hard.
I peed on my son's lunch this morning.
Oh, Ramsey.
I'm desperate.
Right on the good grass.
On the good one.
I can help you.
Yeah.
You'll feel years younger.
Oh, Steve, you've touched my heart. Oh, you can take the grass. Have it all.
Thank you, Ramsey. Blackout. Oh, beautiful scene.
I'm touched.
Yeah.
I'm touched by these rams who once were rivals and couldn't get
rivals.
along. And
Some class disparity.
yeah.
I was trying to get a little. I was like, you own property. I was like, okay, no, we're not going to go there.
I missed that mark, but I think Ramsey was touched, and he
so
went
too.
down to Steve's level,
Yeah.
and learned something from
And they had
Steve.
something to give one another.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which I think was good. There was an even exchange.
I think so.
Shared some of the good grass.
It's true. Yeah,
I shared my secret trickle waterfall bathe spot.
I know.
Yeah.
It was sad that I couldn't pee in it, but I think
Yeah.
it's more important
Yeah.
to learn.
It's about respecting the space.
It's about respecting the space. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as a ram, I know that now.
You do. Yeah.
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 We've
Thank
grown
you. We have.
taller than the grass,
Taller than the grass.
taller than the grass in our mountains.
Just a ram on a mount. In
I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference between a ram and like a yak. What is the difference? What really makes a ram a ram?
Yaks have a TV show. Yakety yak.
Oh yeah, and
Don't
save
talk
that
back.
song.
Yeah. Yakety yak. don't talk back, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they have that, and then
Rams have a football team.
the Rams have a football team.
Yeah.
End of discussion. That's the difference.
That is the difference.
Different.
You're right.
They're into different things.
Okay. Now I
Yeah.
know.
I don't actually know either.
Oh.
I mean, Rams are that's mountain goats.
Well, now you're just confusing.
Yeah, no,
Now I
I'm-
really don't know what the difference is.
If you know anything about Rams, please comment on one of our social medias, please.
yeah. Like this
Help us.
comment on the definition of a ram. Maybe a picture would help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I like pictures.
It's a good idea.
I like photos.
I like pihotos. Sorry, that's short for photos.
Oh, it's clever.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to our next game.
That was a fun game. I
That
like
was
being an
fun.
animal. That's
I did
really
like
cool.
that too. I've done a scene where it's like you're a human, but you're influenced by animal behavior. So in this one was like, no, we just are.
Yeah.
We just are animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that game, like for me, ties into like Jamie's philosophy of like trying to push the boundaries of like how you think of scenes and what you are in scenes. So
Absolutely.
the game is inspired by that.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah. Moving on to this next one, I actually got this from Liam. I never heard of this game, and I was talking to him over the weekend, and he mentioned this one, and I was like, oh, I like
brilliant.
that. I'm going to steal it.
Brilliant.
So this game is called, I don't know the official name, but I'm calling it Brand It. Or
Brand it.
And in this game, it's going to be a normal improv scene. I'll give us a suggestion for like a location or something.
Okay.
And we just have to try and implement as much product placement as we can.
I think we've already been on that.
Oh,
today.
yeah. So we've already done really well.
I'm excited for this one.
But we're going to do even better. Okay, so we're going to be at the beach. And that's our location. We're at the beach. And our job is just to inject as much product placement as possible.
Oh.
And it's going to be sloppy and stumbly and hilarious.
Well, a slice of life, if you will, with a little bit of commerciality.
Slice of Domino's pizza.
We started.
No. All right. We're at the beach. This is called Brand It.
Brand it.
I'll black that when we're done. Oh my gosh. Uncrustables. Love them.
Oh, Uncrustables. You know what I love the most about Uncrustables? They're in the frozen aisle of every single supermarket that you can find out there. Ralph's, Vons, even Costco, for only $3.99 a pack.
Todd, you are so right. And I'll tell you this, Todd. Whenever I get an Uncrustable, I love to pair it with like a nice like True Moo chocolate milk. Oh my gosh. Just
Freddie,
like
tell us about the
peanut
True-
butter, jelly, some white bread.
Ooh.
It's True Moo chocolate milk. Oh my gosh, True Moo, it's basically organic. It's got like 16 vitamins and minerals. It's so good.
That's amazing.
Chalky milk, man.
You're making me hungry. You're making me thirsty.
Yeah, it's a good beach snack. Here.
Oh,
I brought two. I usually have two on me.
oh man, I don't know why it's fizzy for some reason. Fizzy milk.
True Moo.
Yeah, True Moo, the fizziest milk you'll ever have in your life, or your money back, guaranteed.
Absolutely. Hey, pass me that copper tone, will you?
Oh, you're burning up.
Yeah,
aren't you?
I just
Wow.
got to get my shoulders.
Yeah.
Just,
Do you want the whole thing?
yeah.
Here's.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah. You know what they say about copper tone?
No, tell me.
Well, they say that if you're not copper, you're not proper.
Oh my gosh. You're right. I use like one of those like store brand, like the Up and Up sunscreen.
Up and up.
I got the worst burn of my life. I had to go to the doctor. I had 3rd-degree sunburns.
Dr. Wilmer?
Yeah, Dr. Wilmer from Kaiser Permanente.
Kaiser Permanente.
Yeah.
The best and most reliable hospital, I might say.
Yeah. Their insurance will get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since 1962.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah, love old KP. I go there. Dr. Wilmar takes good care of me. But now that I know that if I don't have copper, I'm not proper. I'm going to be safer on my beach trips going forward. Because when I come to the beach, I just really like to narrow it down. I just wear my Speedo. I take off my Hanes t-shirt, and I let it all out there.
Yeah, you got it.
I like to. I think about it like this: like, you never cook just part of a steak. When I get a Omaha steak
Oh, from Texas?
from Texas,
Straight from Texas.
I cook the whole steak, not just part of it.
Why would you cook just part of a steak?
So I view myself the same way, which is why I only wear a Speedo whilst on the beach.
Wow, you seem like such a cool individual. I feel like we've known each other all of our lives, and we've only met just 3 days ago.
Yeah, just, when I saw you were a part of that Facebook group, I thought,
Facebook group.
this guy's really cool, and it's, I know we're all trying to make more friends here in Los Angeles. So
Yeah, Los Angeles, California.
Yeah.
That's where all of the actors, the comedians, the people who know people
so many
go.
of them.
That's
The
where you have
big
to go.
Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, Hollywood. It's still famous.
Yeah.
Come here. Because if you're not here, you're not anywhere.
If you're here, you're nowhere.
Nowhere.
Wait, if you're not here, you're nowhere.
If you're not here, you're nowhere.
Yeah.
No how. Nobody.
Yeah. I just gotta say, Todd,
Freddie.
I love your Ray-Ban sunglasses too. Those are.
You noticed.
Can I try them on?
You want to try them on?
Please,
You
can I
want to
try
try
them?
I noticed that you noticed. Okay.
Yeah,
well, I have to say before I give these to you, these are quite expensive because, as you know, me,
Yeah.
I don't like to buy the cheap stuff.
Yeah. No.
I buy quality stuff. You know why? Because when I buy the cheap stuff, I tend to lose it. I tend to break it. But Ray-Bans has always been there for me.
Yeah.
So I hope that Ray-Bans will be there for you for the rest of your life. Buy it for life.
Oh
Isn't
my
that
gosh. It's
a
quality.
different world?
Yeah, just the subtle tint on these lenses. And am I detecting a hint of a subscription in these lenses as well?
Oh, you are.
Who's your optometrist?
Well,
Where do you go?
my optometrist is just around the corner. I found her several years ago, and I have not visited another optometrist since.
Oh my gosh, that's loyalty.
Yeah, so I call her Dr. Eyewear.
Blackout. Oh my god.
Wow. Was anyone counting? Were you counting?
No, but it was a lot
Someone's going to count and comment.
on the YouTube.
On the YouTube.
And they're gonna see how many hits this has. Yeah. That was nice.
That was fun.
I like you really got like specific on those details too. You're like priced $3.99.
Yeah. Well,
Since 1962. I love that.
Yeah, you gotta include how long these brands have been there because that means you can trust them.
I mean, yep. Just because it's old means it's trustworthy.
Yeah, credibility, right? Look at Wells Fargo. They're doing well.
Yeah.
They've been around for ages.
Yeah, look at Silicon Valley Bank.
Yeah. SVB.
Yeah, they were around for more than 1 year.
Yeah. Enron.
Enron.
Ages.
Enron. I still trust him.
Still, to this day.
I trust him. Ocean Gate. Talk about legacy. Oh boy. Now I'm sweating for real.
It's getting hot both literally and metaphorically, figuratively.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, Carl, we have one more improv game that
It makes me happy and sad at the same time.
I understand.
It's like our journey is coming to an end.
Yeah.
Right when I felt like it was just beginning.
So we are going to do this last game, and the onus is on you.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, not you. The name of the game is called Conspiracy Theory. And how this game works is that I'm going to give you a random object.
Yes.
And you're going to tell me a conspiracy theory related to this random object.
I can do this.
I know you can. That's why I picked it. I was like, Carl's going to be good at this.
All right.
I just knew. So your random object from a random object generator at perchance.org, which is a great website.
Perchance.org.
Yeah.
Since 1992, your trusted app topic generator.
Don't take a chance.
Don't take a
perchance.
Yeah.
So the object that you're going to be giving a conspiracy theory, tell us the conspiracy behind wedding rings.
Oof.
Wedding rings.
Michael.
So ladies and gentlemen, tonight we actually have an expert here on wedding rings who's going to tell us a conspiracy theory that many Americans, truth-loving, truth-deserving Americans, such as yourselves at home, deserve to know. Yeah. And he's going to be breaking the news for us here tonight. Now, tell us, if you could just introduce yourself and tell us what's going on behind wedding rings, huh? The people at home are dying to know.
Yes, my name is Mr. Heimerdinger.
Mr. Heimerdinger, thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely. You may also call me the Prof. I am the Prof of love.
The prophet of love.
That's right, the prophet of love.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't give myself that nickname. It was gifted upon me by my people.
As all nicknames are.
That's right.
Given, never taken.
Yes. And I'm here today to share the wisdom of the infamous wedding ring and all of its theories.
People have been wondering.
They have been wondering. And I think, you know what? They deserve They deserve to know. So I'm here to tell you that wedding ring that you have on your finger, that everybody in this crowd has on their finger, it's controlling your mind.
No.
Yeah. I want you to take that in for a moment. Look at it. Think about it. When was the last time that you made your own decision? Not just about love, but about the breakfast you ate, the clothes you decided to wear, your favorite artist. You think you like Taylor Swift? Ah.
But the Eras Tour, it's coming to a city near me.
No. The ring has got you. And it's got you by your fingertips. Your delicate little sweet tips. Now, the wedding ring, it's not made out of what you think it's made out of. You think it's made out of metal, don't you?
Yeah, what else would it be made out of?
Oh, Mr. Malice, you're mistaken yet again. You see that wedding ring you have right there on your ring finger? Which, by the way, wasn't called the ring finger until you put that on your finger.
What?
Yes. That ring is made out of vibranium. Titanium vibranium. Melodity commodity. It's a long name. We just call it vibe. It's made out of vibe, which is not a metal at all. It sounds like one.
It does.
It's a spirit, a ghost, if you will. This idea of love doesn't actually exist. It's not love you feel, Dr. Malice. That feeling you feel, that is just the essence of the past. All of the feelings you have inside you,
So many.
they're all ghosts. All of them telling you to get married, telling you to hug and kiss, to have children and to name them. It's all an illusion. This is a lot, I can tell. It's a lot for you to take in.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, I think we should all try and take off our rings
We're going to do it together.
right now.
Are you ready, everyone? On the count of 3. You will be free. 1, 2. And that is my show. Everybody.
Blackouts.
I love a good death scene.
I love your character
appreciate-
there. That
Thank
was,
you.
that was good.
I think I almost felt a little guilty.
It's all right.
Yeah, there was shame in there.
Malice had to go.
had
My
to
name
go.
was Malice.
Yeah.
I decided my first name was Alice.
Alice Malice.
After you gave me that last name, I was like, I'm Alice Malice.
Yeah.
Mr. Alice Malice here on Conspiracy Tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been a good name.
know,
Conspiracy Tonight. Like it's a really happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I hadn't thought about the show format until we started the scene. I was just like, oh, it's just this now.
Hey, I just thought of it right now. Well,
Yeah.
Dr. Heimerdinger.
Yeah.
He doesn't go with structures.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Structures are a conspiracy theory.
That's also a conspiracy.
Absolutely. No comment. Yeah. All right, Carl. Well, thank you so much for playing those games for me.
What a delight.
Yeah,
I feel like you've gifted me those games,
Yeah.
and I feel like we've connected today.
Absolutely, we have. And I want to give you the chance, before we conclude tonight's episode, as always, channeling the spirit of Zeno. What are some words of wisdom you want to leave us with tonight? Some final thoughts, last words about features for cars, Zeno, about speech, debate, finding your voice, improv, conspiracies.
Yeah, there's a lot.
What do you want to leave us with tonight?
It's a very big question.
It is. It's a lot of pressure.
And I think the answer that I have for you is this. It's a quotation that I've come to hold as quite kind of a motto of life, sort of, which is, courage is not the opposite of cowardice. Courage is the opposite of conformity. So in essence, in order to be brave, in order to find the things that I think we want to find in life to be successful and happy, I think what's most important, and it's something that improv reminds me time and time and again, is that you have to dare to do the thing you want to do, the thing that's in your head, and throw it at the wall, see what sticks, and just go for it. Don't listen to what other people want you to do. Just follow your own path. But also, that too is an illusion. Dun dun!
Dingerheimer. Heimer Dinger. I got your name wrong.
How dare you?
That was really beautiful advice. Thank you for sharing, Carl.
Thank you.
So thank you so much to Carl, Dizon, Trigilio for coming on tonight's episode of Improv for the Podcast. As always, you can find us streaming anywhere there's podcasts, including YouTube if you want to see our faces, our wet faces. Ooh, yes. And as always, we'll be back next week with another episode. And until then, we'll see you next time. Improv for the Podcast was created by Matt Moore and Michael Lee Evans. Edited and produced by Michael Lee Evans. And finally, presented by Improv for the People. Interested in more IFTP? You can visit us at improvforthepeople.com or on our socials, such as Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Remember, new episodes are released weekly. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.